So you're thinking of buying a one-bedroom condo in Kendall Square in East Cambridge. In today's video, I'm gonna share the average price for a one-bed condo that sold in 2022, but then we're gonna take it a step further. We're gonna look at the cheapest one bed that sold, what an average one bed looked like in Kendall, and then finally, what the most expensive one bed sold for in Kendall Square in 2022. So stay tuned. My name is Jankowitz. I'm a realtor based in Cambridge and Somerville, Massachusetts. I've closed over 300 transactions in the last 3 years. As you go through the video, if you guys have questions, make sure you hit the Calendly link in the description below. I'm happy to hop on a free 15-minute call to answer any of your real estate questions that you might have. If you guys can take a second, please hit that subscribe button in the link below. I always appreciate. So first of all, what draws a lot of people to Kendall Square? To me, there's really two key reasons that tend to draw people to the area. The first is this is where MIT is. So if you're going to MIT, you're a grad student, you're a PhD student perhaps, you're a professor, you somehow are affiliated with one of the many things related to MIT, like the Broad Institute, there's a good chance that you're gonna buy around the Kendall Square area. The second reason that people tend to buy in Kendall Square is they're working in biotech. Kendall Square may very well be the largest biotech hub in the United States. I always thought it was San Francisco. I've talked to some people who are in biotech in San Fran, and they have told me that Kendall Square in some ways may have surpassed San Francisco. That's not really my expertise, but I have met a lot of people who work in that industry, who work in Kendall Square and therefore want to live in Kendall Square. There's a lot of people that want to move to Kendall Square, and therefore it is quite pricey, and it requires a bit of dough to really be able to get into the Kendall Square area. As always, a couple caveats to start things off. This data is coming from the MLS, the official MLS that real estate agents use to collect data. It does not include off-market information. I'm taking roughly a half-mile radius from Kendall Square and putting together these properties. Some of them may be not quite what you consider Kendall Square, but it's roughly in the zone, and it should give you a pretty decent, accurate picture of what you can afford in the Kendall Square area if you're looking specifically for a one bed. So what was the average price for a one bedroom condo in Kendall Square? In 2022, it was quite expensive. It was $689,000. And keep in mind, that is just the average. And that's pretty depressing for a lot of people. That's very expensive. Again, as I mentioned, it's a very desirable area for those two reasons I mentioned. You have all those MIT affiliated people, and then you also have a lot of biotech folks who are looking to buy in this area. So you're competing with a lot of people who tend to be in a financially strong position. Now that we know the average, let's get into the absolute cheapest one bed that sold in Kendall Square in 2022. And that clocked in at a pretty low price of only $430,000. So you might be asking, what can you get for $430,000 in Kendall Square? Well, you're looking at a small one bed, one bath condo, 420 square feet. It's a first floor unit with washer dryer in unit and parking by permit only. In other words, you have to park on the street. It's a pretty basic unit as you're seeing from the pictures here, but if you want to own a condo and you don't want to pay a premium, this is kind of on the low end, bare bones. In fact, the lowest end for 2022, which means next year will probably be higher. For this particular property, I want to give listing credit. It goes to the Strobeck Antonelli group with Compass. I don't know this group in particular, but what I can say is everyone I've worked with at Compass almost always is super professional. They tend to do a lot of volume to work at Compass, and I have only the utmost respect for Compass agents. Next up, what does the average condo look like for a one bed in Kendall Square in 2022? Well, the average price was $689. The closest one I could find to that price range clocked in at $715, so about $25,000 over the average, but that was the closest I could find from a range perspective. That one was located at 150 Cambridge Street, Unit 209. It was a one bed, one bath condo, came in at about 730 square feet, which is a pretty healthy size, enough to support, I'd say, a couple by Cambridge standards. Still gonna be a little tight, but enough to fit a couple. It is a second floor unit. It has washer dryer in unit. It has a garage parking spot, which is super nice. It's a pretty nice building with amenities like 24/7 concierge, gym, a function room, and a really nice common roof deck. So pretty good value for just over $700,000 for Cambridge, I have to say. What you'll generally find is the price point in a place like East Cambridge tends to be a little more affordable compared to your Central and Harvard Squares and your Cambridge ports. Those areas tend to be a bit more pricey. For this one, I need to give listing credit to the Dream Team with Dream Mega International Realty. Never worked with these guys before, but nice job on that one. And now the most expensive one-bedroom condo that sold in Kendall Square in 2022, and it ain't cheap. This one came in at $1.15 million for a one-bedroom loft condo. Now, this one was located at 243 Bent Street, Unit 2 in Cambridge. It's a loft with a touch over 1,200 square feet of living area. Had 2 levels of living space, including stunning skylights, floor-to-ceiling windows, a very high-end bathroom and kitchen. The kitchen was actually featured in Boston Magazine. It also comes with a private patio, central AC, tankless hot water, in-unit laundry, and a deeded parking spot. All the features that tend to pump up price and get it to the high level, right? You're gonna notice a pattern here when you're going through these, which is that the properties that tend to check all the boxes, plus have the wow factor and the location, those are the ones that tend to skyrocket. So that's just something to kind of be aware of when you're searching for particular things. This one was listed by Kenneth Fund with the Think Real Estate Services Group. I did a transaction in Newton, I believe a couple years ago with them. They were super nice and professional. I have only good things to say about them. And that's it for today. I hope if you guys were looking to buy in Kendall Square, you feel like you have a little bit more information about what it takes financially and what you can get for your money. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Hit that Calendly link, set up a free call, hit that subscribe link. It really motivates me, and I'll see you guys next time.